Good morning, everybody. Kurt with Artisan Hardscapes here. It's a beautiful fall morning. If you hear me sniffling a little bit, I apologize. It's a little bit chilly. I think we were in the 30s this morning. Before I bury this thing and get it wrapped up, I wanted to go over some of the things, some of the engineering that I changed from the old step to what it is now, so you guys can kind of see and understand things visually rather than me trying to explain it. So let's start with our outside corners at the very bottom. The corners are cross-hatched, so they rotate. One block runs one way, one block runs the other way, 90 degrees here. This gives our corners strength. It also gives the retaining wall strength. Let's see. We put a wall to protect the house from the materials here. We don't want to go back down that road like the other installer did. You can see our joint spacing. It's pretty good. The old wall did that pretty well. I got to give him some credit for that. Stylistically, one of the things that we did is we took the split face away. These are tumble block. They're not meant to be split. I don't know. They look ugly in my opinion, split. So the stair treads. I know in the previous video I said I wanted to tie these stair treads into the retaining walls on each side. I wasn't able to do that because the top of these walls are not going to get capped. They're going to be left like that, just like the original design. The treads right here, here are slated to get bullnose now. What that means is that if I tie the stair treads into each row of block, my top stair tread up here will not be flush with the landing. It'll be 2 3/8 inches higher. So I have to lose 2 3/8 inches so that when we get to the top here, you see these pavers are the same thickness. We want to be flush here once we get to the landing. If I tied each stair tread in, once I got to the top, it'd sit up there like that, and then it'd look bad. It would not work at all. So what I did to overcome the structural challenge with that is I put some geogrid in here. So this geogrid is going to run a foot deep inside the landing. We're going to have 3 layers of block. Each block's 4 inches. That's going to pinch the geogrid in, plus we got some adhesive there, and it goes from this wall all the way across, pinched in between the layers of block. So these walls are going to have to move in synchronicity in order to move. Not to mention all of the weight of the material. They're not going to be able to move, because if they start leaning one way, the bottom of this wall is going to have to push on the material that's buried there to be able to lean, and that's just not going to happen. Same with this side. It's think of it like a suspension bridge. This geogrid's going to be under constant tension, just like a suspension bridge's cables are under constant tension to keep the uprights vertical. It's a similar physics here that we're using to keep these walls vertical and retaining the materials up there. One of the other things I did for the stair treads is I have one row of block that's going to be buried, and it's turned 90 degrees to the actual stair tread here. What that does is it's going to create a little mini T footing here. So the material is going to sit on top of the back of that and keep it from moving, and then each step sits on top of the step below it. That's going to lock those stair treads in pretty nicely, and then you can see the stair tread's not going to be able to move towards us because we got a stair in front of it. And as we move down these steps, we're going to get to the patio right here. Patio is going to butt up and keep it from moving forward, and each step keeps the one below it from moving forward. So in my other video I talked about mechanical means of keeping things in place. That's what these are. We prevent things from moving by putting other things in its way. So it'll have to break something in order for it to move. Anyways, I'm gonna get to work, get this thing finished up today. I'll throw up a picture so you guys can kind of see what it's gonna look like finished up. If you have any questions or any tips for me, I'm not opposed to learning new things. So if you got ideas, I like to hear about them. Give me a call, send me a message. Have a good day, guys.